Hi, manifestors. Today, well, after the last reading that I did, which was about F-45 bombing Iran, and we saw that on the spiritual level, our battle is already won. But right now, not necessarily seeing that in the 3D, and I know there's things underneath the surface that need to be explored. One of the messages that the universe gave me this week was saying that we need to come out of our comfort zone. So those of us on the on the pro-democracy side of things, who believe we're on the right side of history, I think there's things that we need to look at too. Actually, yeah, let's look at, so this reading is going to be probably an uncomfortable one, and I may be using the wrong deck for it. I'm using the Modern Witch deck, but we're just going to see what happens. And what I want to explore with this is, are the elected Democrats complicit? Are they complicit in the harm being done? Is there some kind of like wonderful thing behind the scenes that they're going to do for us? Are they just incompetent? What's happening on our side of the aisle? Do they need better coordination? Are they just not all on the same page? What is happening with the Democrats? So let's take a look at this, and maybe universe send the messages that we need. I'm going to do another reading, I think, in my in the demanifestation group on Facebook, which might get more into the specifics. I'll post that one on here afterwards, but for now, this will be just about the elected Democrats. Like, why are they voting against impeaching? I would think if we impeached him, like, get him the heck out of here. It's not like there's no grounds for impeachment. So why are we not trying to do that? So without further ado, here we go. Current situation is the Page of Cups. So we think we're doing the right thing. We're almost too innocent for the situation that we're in. There's a lot of giving the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt has been given to our detriment. So the challenge here is the Two of Pentacles. Is we have to make a decision. Are we going to, like, this is a balancing act, like maybe trying to balance being what they think will be electable, or versus like actually doing the right thing. It's going to be like a personal, this decision is being made based on their personal livelihood, because that's at stake, as much as our country is at stake. So good times. The goal here is to have a, well, so there's a give and take. There's there should be things given, things received in a healthy kind of way. Maybe this is about corporate donors, and the fact that there are people who are bought and sold and don't want to draw the voters' attention to the fact that, like, our side too is bought and sold. Yeah, good times, guys. All right. The subconscious influences on the situation are the Two of Cups. This is a partnership. Yeah, I am leaning more and more towards bought and sold by corporate interests. So, I mean, that there you go. There you go. A dysfunctional partnership is a subconscious influence here. I gotta wonder, and I'm not the best like, I'm probably not going to be one of the readers that you can watch for the news because I'm not as knowledgeable on the history of things as some people are. But I got to look into that. Like, how did the Democratic Party get to take the positions that they have? Because I believe that, I don't believe that, and I never have believed that we've been right on everything. It's just been like a few things I disagree with versus like straight up fascism. So like it's been an easy choice, but that doesn't mean that that our side is always on point either. In the past, we had the fool. You know what? In the past, I feel like we truly believed in the promise of democracy and maybe didn't take into account the way that human nature would always fuck it up. Predictably. Like the Constitution allows for the situation that we're in right now. They put in impeachment as a remedy. But I think we're in denial. I think that we have been in denial that it can get as bad as it is. That we're in denial that that it is as bad as it is. In the future, I got like a stack of junk over here. In the future, dystopia. If we keep going the way that we're going on the Democratic side, it's dystopia. The thing that our party really has been about the idea that everyone deserves to thrive. Like, that's what we've been fighting for, but it doesn't seem like the way that we are going is going to get there. Alright. Where we find ourselves, the Five of Swords reversed. This is like, it's a battle that has taken place. We think we won something. Maybe the tactics that we have, we think they're winning. We think that we think that the rule of law is going to hold. We think that we're on the right side of history. We think that our tactics are effective, but something is wrong here. Something is not working as it should. So, there you go. The views of others are judgment. I mean, ultimately we will know whether we did the right thing or not. But if we don't know until after we're dead, does it really help anyone? The hopes and fears is going to be the Page of Swords reversed. Our legal action hasn't been as successful as we think it should be or want it to be. We struck out, and we were striking down a lot of his rulings early on, but now things seem to be turning more in his favor. And I think there's fear on our side about that as well. The outcome of this is the Knight of Wands reversed. I mean, it feels like our progress is held up. It is held up by something. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know. I could stop this video and do the Facebook one. That one's going to be in like a vertical format. Or I could just make a note that this is 9 minutes and 30 seconds and just keep going. I think I'm going to keep going. So we'll see. Yeah, so on that note, for the Democrats, yeah, actually, I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to cut this one off, and we'll post the next one afterwards. So more to come on, yeah, there's something that is blocking us. I think that I need to explore what that is in the other group, so we'll do that, and I'll post that one here too. Happy Sunday. Happy manifesting. All right, I'm back again. I was going to do the other half of this in the other group, but I feel like we need to know. Like, we need to know what's in the way. And then, like, when I go into the other group, it's going to be probably something different. Like, here's my worry. My worry is that, because we had a very, very good, like, excited group of people when we were talking about de-manifesting Donald Trump. But now, if I'm going to ask people to look in the mirror at their own selves, that's like uncomfortable work. That may not be what everybody signed up for. So I may have to take that in another direction. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't figured out what's going to happen with that. But for now, we're just going to be about the Democrats and about what it is that is standing in the way of us being able to pull victory out of the jaws. Like, why are we pulling defeat out of the jaws of victory? Really, because in the spiritual level, that this has been won. This has been won. It's been written. The democratic, not democratic as in Democratic Party, but democratic as in democracy, democratic victory, equality, freedom, honoring of all people as equals. That is what is written. That's what's, at least what the universe told me is written, and I have to go off of that as opposed to anything else. So what is in the way for us? What is in the way for the pro-democracy space? What do we need to win this victory, to take this victory fully from heaven to earth? A few cards jumped out. Reverse the betrayal. Ten of Cups is a happy family. Like, it's an emotional recovery. Emotional recovery. The Queen of Swords, like, don't be afraid to cut off what needs to be cut off. Okay, so with that in mind, that might be it. That might be it. It might be that we just need to reverse the betrayals that have taken place, remember what we're fighting for, and to not be afraid to take drastic action when it's needed. I think that as citizens, we need to remember that we need to make our representatives more afraid of us than they are afraid of the other side. So we'll be keeping up the work of protesting. And I don't know why my oven is heating. But yes, so the people have been deeply betrayed. And it's a matter of courage. It's a matter of courage to step up and do the right thing. So I guess the question on everyone's mind, I'll keep going, is like, what do we need to do? What do we, the people, need to do to inspire the necessary courage in our leaders? The current situation is judgment. History will judge us, all of us, no matter what side you're on. History will judge for what we did during this time period. The challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. It's money and corruption. Money and corruption have turned over the will of the elected officials away from the will of the people. The goal here, I always think of the Nine of Cups as being like the Supreme Court card. It'd be great to change the majority on the Supreme Court. Well, I will take that as justice. I know there's another card that is actually justice, but, and this is interesting because of this woman who reminds me of Ketanji Brown Jackson, who wrote that dissenting opinion on the birthright citizenship, like nationwide injunctions situation. And it was basically a big FU to the majority opinion on that case. And it's like, this is like, come on, people. Like, we know what justice is. We know what the emotional life of the nation needs. We know what it is. So let's get it together. Let's get over there. The subconscious influences our strength. And this is a, who is it? I was watching the Twin Tarot with Gary and David, and he said this card would be like strength through peace. Very different thing from the peace through strength that we've been hearing about. The strength through peace, inner strength, the power that does not go by force, but just the true power. It's been subverted. I think that the power of the people is greater than the people in power, but are the people using their power? I don't think we are yet. I don't think we're there yet. So in the past, the Queen of Wands, maybe we had more energy. I had more energy for sure in the past, like the past 8 months of this freaking regime than now. We are burned out. I mean, I think we are burned out. I don't think that's an excuse, but I think it's a fact. In the future, we could, it's like we could be celebrating, but instead we chose to do ineffective things. So where we find ourselves now, and this is, seriously, all of us need to wake up, because we are gonna just keep walking past the door where we could turn into this. This is a church, I think. Like, we could turn to God and turn all of this around in a day. I mean, if everybody just got it together, not got it together, but if everyone just took a look within and turned to God right now, I mean, I couldn't even tell you what it would look like. It could change everything. So, was that reversed? I don't remember. It might have been. Was it? Yeah, I think it was. So, that might mean something different. Yeah, this is still saying to me that we're like really just circling around the source of power that we need and just not going straight for it. The views of others. And maybe people just think that we are doing too much going within and not enough action, which is completely the opposite of what that last card says. I think that maybe we doubt. Maybe we're doubting that this is effective. I think, yeah, the views of others will be like, people don't think that the spiritual action is effective. And I have nothing against the physical action, but the physical action has to be backed by the spiritual action. Spiritual action is, and I think this was from Mina Arfan, who's one of my favorite YouTubers that I love to watch. But she says that the spiritual realm is where 99% of the work is done. The physical realm is where 1% is done. that doesn't mean that you ignore the one for the other, but 99% of the work is done on the spiritual side. You still have to put 100% of your effort into each one when you do it. But we as people, I think we have discounted the power of the spiritual aspect of action. So there's that. And then the hopes and fears for us, the citizens, is this is that same Five of Swords reversed. Like, because we're afraid that it's not going to work. I think that the general mood of the left as far as the citizens is not good. Like, we're not in a good place. We are demoralized, and demoralization leads to bad manifestation. So if I can do anything to get our eyes back on the prize, I will do it. That might be my next reading. Eyes back on the prize. All right. So there we go. The outcome here is the King of Wands. There is hope here. I mean, the hope is that all this passionate energy, this youthful fire that we have, can be brought into something that gives a stable government. Yeah, I'm way happier ending it here than that first half. So there we go. We got work to do. We got work to do, and we're here to do it. So happy manifesting, happy democracy. Fuck Trump, and have a great Sunday.